Alright, team. Part 2. Let's bring it on. An unlikely team. This map's nice, this map's nice, this map I haven't had enough playtime on to be able to tell you. Anyway, let us begin. So I did end up going back to work today. This is ABR, isn't it? Oh, it's not. Just no monkey knowledge, no selling. Oh, okay, that's interesting. But yes, did go back to work today. As I had predicted, going back on Friday and Saturday are the good days. Those are the days where even if it is a triple pick, for whatever reason, it's nicer. It's more kind. I can't explain it very well, but I think it's some shenanigans that my boss is concocting to have a triple pick, but not have a triple pick. It's weird, but if he's doing some bullshit to make our lives easier, I am not gonna question it. I'm just gonna shut up. I'm gonna let it happen, and I'm certainly not gonna tell anyone that something's not happening if it's meant to be. Because I'm not gonna lie, there's been a lot of situations. A lot of situations where my boss has gone, yeah, see, they want us to do this, but that's a pain in the ass, so we're going to tell them we're doing it, but we're going to do this instead. And honestly, I think that's what a good boss does. I think that's what a really fucking good boss does. They know enough about their job to know what they can get away with in order to make everybody else's job a hell of a lot easier. And overall, sort of balance the consequences of whether it is, you know, a risk worth taking. That's what I was thinking. A risk worth taking. Because, I mean, I already proposed an idea to him ages ago, and he was happy to go along with that. And even now, he's taken it even further and just been like, look, you don't have to do this every day now. You just have to do it like twice a week. And I'm just like, oh my god, really? That's so fucking nice. Because it's just such a pain in the ass, but having him as a boss does make things a lot nicer. Which, you know, will mean that eventually when I do want to quit, it'll be hard for me to quit. Or harder. But, it'll still probably happen at some point. That's the thing, though, like... every time they bring up doing triple picks or some other bullshit that I completely disagree with, but they just go, haha, suck shit, you have to deal with it. Every time that crops up, the very first thought in my mind is, oh, well, good luck doing this without me here, because I'm not gonna be here, I'm gonna fuck off. Then I feel bad, you know, because, like, don't get me wrong, every time I have time off, it's always when some annoying, dumb shit is happening that shouldn't be happening. And I guarantee you, because I've confirmed that they're still going to continue with the triple pick, and that sucks a bunch of ass because it's going to be a massive pain in the ass. And we had a meeting today in which I submitted a question being like, why the fuck are we doing this triple pick bullshit? It doesn't help anyone, and it's not beneficial whatsoever. And they came up with all the usual excuses. Oh, it's because a different company does it, and it works well for them, and I'm just there like, well, guess what? We're not them. We're fucking different, aren't we? Yep. And guess what works well for us? Not doing this. Anyway. I bring up all the usual stuff. But you know what I really fucking hate? And I hate this with a passion. Our company has these so-called values. right? First of all, I don't even think they'd classify as values. Because I don't remember exactly what my English class taught me about what values are, but I guarantee these aren't them. They're just sort of sayings or things that they go by. But really, it's just a bunch of bullshit nonsense so they can... It's basically rules. A secret way of adding rules, right? And I shit you not, one of the rules is don't complain. Don't get me wrong, it's followed up with see obstacles as opportunities. Or some bullshit like that, right? And I'm just baffled by that, because I see the word don't complain as one of their main fucking rules, and I'm just like, I shouldn't work here. I shouldn't fucking work here. These people are deranged, they're fucking lunatics, they can't handle negative feedback, and so they just say, don't fucking give it to us, right? Full stop. It's so sad, but I do really want to flip the rules back on them, you know, because every time we have one of these meetings, something always gets brought up related to safety. And so the amount of times I want to be like, oh, because one of the things that was brought up today was people that go on smoke breaks, like specifically smokers that go on their breaks, are not putting out their cigarettes properly. And so when they're going out to have their smoke break and they're, you know, disposing of their cigarettes, it's starting a small fire, and during the middle of Australian summer, that can turn into a bushfire like fucking that, right? But damn, if I could take back time and relive that moment, I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, is that a complaint? No, don't complain. See this as an opportunity. What can we learn? What can we gain from fires starting at the workplace? I don't know, maybe the building burning down could be something we haven't tried before. You know? Think of it as an opportunity. And I just really want to take every single one of their values, flip it on its head, use it against them, and so they eventually just go, right, these values are shit, fucking clearly. We're not going to use them as an excuse anymore when we've got terrible fucking ideas. And that's a fact. Speaking of, another thing they said, and this is once again from the higher ups in the office, the ones that never see the production or the warehouse floor whatsoever. They just fucking guess at what's going on and guess at what would be useful instead of coming to talk to the people that work there every day. They go, I don't want people to bring me problems. I want them to bring me solutions. And I go, oh, that's interesting. What happens if there's a problem and you don't know how to solve it? Usually step one is bring it to the person that's, you know, above you, leadership-wise. Right? I bring it to my boss, he doesn't know what the fuck to do, he brings it to his boss, and that's basically people that work in the office. Sorry, they don't want problems. It's like, well, we don't have solutions. Well, sorry, not gonna deal with it then, am I? It's just, you know what it is, now that I think about it? It's petty. It's a very childish response, right? Don't bring me problems, bring me solutions. Fuck off. I'm bringing you problems so that you can figure out a solution with me, not tell me to go figure it out for myself, because that ain't my fucking job. My job is to lift heavy shit and move it around. Outside of that, I couldn't care less what happens to the company. So I'm gonna show up, do my job, and then be like, oh, there's a problem? Not my problem. That's weird. I'm going home. That's what I wish I could do every single day. And honestly, I think I might start doing it. Like, it's a terrible mindset for me to have, but this workplace has really pushed me there to the point where it's like, I feel like I'm slowly caring less and less about my job every day. Right? Just with the amount of bullshit people spew from their mouths every day. that I'm having to suffer through. I'm just like, tastes like I'm not doing any overtime today. You know, if people were just... They need to be more like one of my mates at work. If they're just straight fucking forward to the point where it's like, hey, this is a problem, don't know how to fucking fix it, do you have any ideas? I'd be like, oh my god, yes I do. And I'd offer as much assistance as I could. But instead they're like, this is a problem. We fixed it immediately because we offer solutions, not problems. And we fixed it by screwing over every department that isn't this one. And we all just look at it and go, don't you see that as a problem? And then you just go, we see it as a solution. And I just want to put a bullet right between everybody's ideas that keep spewing out, right? Because clearly the holes in which they spew from need to be clogged or blocked completely. I don't know, drowned, whatever works. Anyway, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but it seems like if I don't come up with a solution for this bullshit, then we all suffer. And if the dumbasses that implemented this problem in the first place don't see it as a problem, and they never will because they don't want to see problems, they want to see solutions, then that leads me to think of one or two things. Either, like my friend suggested today, we figure out something that could work, or they are at the point where they're looking to hire new people. Maybe they're just looking to hire one more and they don't know it yet. To fill my place. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know if I want to stick around much longer. But at the same time, I don't have a backup plan. So, yeah. I'm stuck with them until they figure out what the fuck else to do. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of other things I'd want to do. But, yeah, I don't know. It means I'd have to think about it. Oh, we won't be able to afford it in time. Oh well. But yeah. The only two things that have crossed my mind, and one of them crossed my mind again today because one of my lovely fellow colleagues at work brought it up, and they said I'd be a good listener. And no, not the person that can hear the Night Mother's voice from the Dark Brotherhood. I mean, like, in terms of work environment, they think I would be a good listener, so they were recommending I'd either be like a psychologist or a psychiatrist. And I won't lie to you guys, that was at one point in time my goal, to be a psychologist. ABR, right. And so I kind of wanted to do that. I think we put this guy right in the middle, right? Surely. He gets camo lead popping power way too quickly, right? We just do that. Can freeze and pop lead and camo balloons. I don't see an issue with that. Then we'll get Quincy after. Quincy will be a little bit of an issue if we have him anywhere near this guy, because until he gets his exploding shots, he's not going to be able to help much if they're all frozen. But yeah, so maybe I'll either look into doing some sort of psychiatry or psychologist course, or if not that, then there was another one that I had in mind. Remedial massage therapy. That is a course that I was interested in from when I last went to study at TAFE to do my PT course. And essentially what I've been told is that it's a step up in terms of the anatomy that you get to learn. And obviously you get to learn all about the muscles and parts of the body in order to thoroughly massage and relax those muscles. in order to relieve pain or, you know, stretch muscles out if they're too tight. Things like that, right? And so I'm very interested on the anatomy part of that, because I'm heavily into human biology. So that's tempting me. But also, it's another path to become a physiotherapist, which I would also be interested in. You know, it's like obviously a bit of a step up from personal trainer, but I think I might enjoy it if, you know, it's a bit more personal rather than... I know personal trainer, it sounds personal, but you also have to start off essentially doing group classes. Not the biggest fan of that. I'd much rather a one-on-one sort of experience. Feels more, how do you put it? Sort of, obviously it feels more personal, but it feels more comfortable, I guess. When like, you know, people aren't fucking around, you know, going off and doing their own shit. And if they've requested for you to help them, then they've got full attention on you, you know, no distraction sort of things, in theory at least, when it comes to their exercise. Or not their exercise, but yeah, I guess their exercise if you're a PT, but their physical well-being if you're a physiotherapist. Ooh, perfect. So glad that reaches you. I was hoping it would. We can shut this shit down pretty quickly. Not gonna lie, the glue and the ice combo is not a bad combo. Admittedly, I'm a little bit biased because this map is very good for both, right? Obviously. But it is quite nice to have them either slowed down first and then hit with the ice to freeze them, or, like we've sort of got going on here, freeze them first and then add a damage over time ice glue effect to mess them up even more. Which I am a big fan of. But yeah, I think until I figure out that next step that I'll take, then I'll stick with my workplace. I am also pretty close to paying off my my university debt, so I think at the very least I'll stick around long enough to pay that off. But yeah, not that much more now. But yeah, see how things go, I guess. Let's try and do that without losing lives. I think it's possible. We'll I guess we could just do this instead, so that Glue Gunner gets a chance to participate a bit more here. Get more than just a little participation medal, you know? Get Quincy to speed up a bit for the times that things aren't frozen. Thank you. Alright. We're good, we're good. Now I think I'll go for Balloon Solver. Or not Balloon Solver, Balloon Dissolver. Are we good like this? It's just scary, man. Pink balloons, terrifying. White balloons more so, but still. Pink balloons, terrifying. Hey, we got it, whatever. 3 lives down. I'm sure it won't make that big of a difference. But yeah, it seems like white balloons are my threat at the moment. Maybe we just go for glue splatter to guarantee everything sort of gets glued pretty quickly. Yeah, I think that was the play. We will need some sort of assistance on round 40 though. So I'm thinking Balloon Dissolver and the one after that needs to be received pretty quickly here. Quincy will have his triple damage to mob class balloons lined up as well. So I feel like that'll help us out. But the fortified Moab, probably one of the hardest rounds to face if you're not prepared in ABR. So I'm gonna try and set us up nicely for that. Like so. A bit more damage and that damage over time. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna slow the game down and I'm gonna go get a bottle of water because it is fucking hot. I'll be back. Don't die. Hey, we're alive. Alive and kicking. That's always good. But yeah, this whole week it has been high 30s, low 40 degrees Celsius days. And that fucking sucks, man. If you've never experienced a day like that, I envy you. I really do. Okay, so we got it, we got it in time. I can just focus purely on getting Balloon Liquefier, which I think should do a shitload of damage to this Moab. And I'm hoping Quincy will do even more. Wait till he can actually make use of his... There we go. It's a good sign that it's hurting already, but obviously the Glue Gunner and Quincy can only do so much. Ice Monkey's not exactly prepared for battle. Yeah, thought as much. Wow, we got it, guys. We're saved. Right, what can we do? Wait, what? Oh, selling was disabled on this map. Cool, so we can sell on this one. What would we sell? Maybe I just buy a mortar. I don't think I could put it anywhere within the range of this thing to make use of, you know, the camo detection and stuff. Unless I can sneak it in here. Doesn't seem like it. Anyway, let's just get a mortar out here then. Point it right there and tell it to shoot quickly. It might make all the difference, we'll see. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 probably, 14, 16. Oh, look at us go, popping it slightly sooner. That's not terrible, but it also really is. There's no way I can make you stronger. I mean, Ice Monkey's just sitting there doing fuck all, so. Probably sell that, buy this mortar again. That one and then this one? I don't know if that makes a better difference than shooting even faster. I imagine it would. Let's find out. I don't want to do micro. Don't make me do micro. How are we looking damage-wise now? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Yep. Fuck all. Cool. Maybe double speed was the way to go then. No, I don't care about accuracy. Who cares about accuracy? We're aiming in the same spot every time. Let's see if we can beat 18 with twice as much speed. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. It would help if I used Quincy's ability, but it really doesn't matter if I can't get more than 18. Okay, we got to 22. That's not terrible. That is not terrible. Do 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 do. Alright, let's do it for real this time. Come on, Quincy. Surely you're getting good licks in. Come on. Difficult. I suppose I could sell this to go for that. I think that could be worth it. We'd have to beef up our camo detection, but I think that would do it. Embrittlement's pretty, pretty brutal. Yep. Okay, that did it. I'm a little bit scared because we've lost our camo detection village, but back it'll be rather quickly. I'll try and get it as close to the glue gunner as I can. So that he can get his buffs back. Don't want to deprive the glue gunner. Yep, see, that's what I was afraid of. I know he also decamos, so it's not too terrible, but I just want him to be ready, you know? And I'm terrified out of my socks if they're not. Right. Let's get that up and running. Cool, 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 cool. I feel safer. Let's get another mortar. Straight in the middle. Do I care about Bernie stuff? Not really. We've already got all the camo detection we need in the middle. We just need to hit the middle with many, many, many bombs. Oh. Right. We do have two primary monkeys in range at the moment. So I think it might be worth to go top half. Worst case scenario, we just use it to get primary expertise and add another attacking tower. But I think this is a good situation to be in. Sorry, Quincy, you won't be able to pop too much, but I don't care. Alright, here we go. We should be able to take these guys down now. Much easier. Good, good. Right, balloon solver's next. I just went to take a sip of my drink, only realizing that I've closed the lid, so I didn't get anything. I just sort of lifted my bottle up to my mouth like an idiot. That time I got something. Anyway. It was great too, because I told my mate today that, because during the meeting, they can't fucking help themselves, but they constantly compare us to the other companies all the fucking time, right? And so I said to my mate before the meeting started, I was like, hey, every time they compare us to one of the other sites, I'm gonna take a day off work. And it was just like, that sounds hilarious, but at the same time, fuck you, because I know that's gonna end up being like you take off a week. And luckily, for his sake, it only turned out to be 2 times. And honestly, I wasn't going to take off time, but then I realized that, and this may, depending on who you ask, this may or may not be either the best or the dumbest reason to take time off work, and I'm certainly not going to tell other people this, but keep it a secret for me. I did end up taking 2 days off work in the future, and they happen to coincide with the 2 days that a certain Pokemon event will last. And so I'm just like, well, I would really like to play that event. So I did take 2 days off. They're easy days, right? They're a Friday and a Saturday, right? Today was cruisy as hell. Saturday is also pretty cruisy. So I think they'll be fine. But I guarantee you, some people won't be happy about it. Some people being my boss mainly, and my colleague. Oh well. Do we need to do something about this? Potentially. Indeed. So close to. Why can't you just let me afford what I want and then we can just... Alright. Do the thing. I was gonna try and just wait to be able to afford it, but... Oh well. It matters not. We're here. We may as well. Death by glue. Yep. War were declared. Alright. I think we may as well go for artillery battery then. Ooh, hold on. I need a 5th tier to put in the thumbnail for this video. I know I used the glue gunner as well as Quincy in the first one. So I'm gonna need a couple others to fit this one. I'm thinking primary expertise would be nice. I haven't featured that one in a while. And maybe a super brittle. I think that would also be good. I don't even know what the 5th tier for this is called. It's artillery battery then. I don't know, artillery bombardment or some shit? What's it called? Oh, it's pop and ore. Of course it is. Of course it is. Never would have guessed that. I've been tempted to do those though. Like, those sort of Sporkle quizzes where it's like, can you name every tier 5 tower in BTD6 in like 5 minutes or some shit. I've been tempted to do some of those. Same with like, can you name every 1st generation Pokemon? I think I can. Well, I definitely can. If you showed me a picture of each 1st gen Pokemon, I could tell you the name of it. But if you just told me to name them all off the top of my head, I'd probably forget some. Maybe if they had their Pokedex entry number and they showed the picture as I was saying them or typing them and filling them in, I'd remember a bit better, but yeah, that would be fun. Alright, only 10 more rounds to go, and then we are good. Quick, right now, telepathically, speak to me. Out of the towers we have on the screen right now, which one do you think I will make into a tier 5? I can tell you one thing. There's a definitive wrong answer. And then we'll just have to see between the 2 right answers which one I pick with a coin flip or something. I don't know, what can I flip here? My notepad. Alright. Fun fact. If you picked the mortar as the tower I was going to turn into a tier 5, You're sorely mistaken, my friend. Maybe a tier 4 if I can afford it, but not a fan. Not the biggest fan of the mortar. So, it's going to be one of these two. Heads, I'll do the ice monkey. Tails, I will do the village. Tails, alright. Primary expertise. I was hoping to feature that one, but I also wouldn't have minded a super brittle. That's alright, this one's cheaper anyway. It sounds like a good plan to me. I think I'm also probably going to be getting a primary expertise on the last map too, depending on how much of a pain it is. Ah, cool. All the stuff I was missing after production today has been found and fixed. Dope. That means whoever's dealing with that problem tomorrow is going to have a good time. Because it ain't going to be me. I'm going to be making boxes. Good old box making. If you ask me, that and loading, the best jobs at my workplace. Picking sucks, but I am biased because I'm a shit picker. And not that I pick shit, but I'm shit at picking. That's a better way to describe it. I don't really do dispatch all that much, but it does sort of look fun. I wish I could try it, but I'm too necessary for boxes and or loading, so I don't think I'll ever get to try it, sadly. Oh well. Anyway, looks like we're cleaning this up quite nicely. Here's our first COMG. How do we do it? How do we do? We do pretty damn well. Just like that. Gone. You think throwing another one at us will stop us? Hell no. Think throwing another 2 at us will stop us? Our defense is mainly based around the fact that we deal a shit ton of damage over time. And you're trying to step up here thinking 2 will be stronger than 1? Ha! You're totally right about that, but you'd need many, many more. GG! Alright, Dark Path. Like I said, don't have a whole lot of experience on this map, so I don't know how well it'll go. But I believe it's nothing too fancy. I am determined. That range boost is legitimately helping so much. I underestimated it completely. Why does that happen? Why? Someone tell me. Please. We're gonna restart. Fuck you, game. Fuck you very much. We're gonna restart. We're gonna do the exact same shit. We're gonna do the exact same shit. Except, the second we feel comfortable in any way, shape, or form, I'm gonna try and buy a banana farm. Alright, let's do this. How did I fuck up last time? I didn't get a mortar soon enough. Needed to get a mortar sooner because it's good at defending the middle of the map when you can't put a tower in the middle of the map. Yeah, because we typically lose a few lives there. So getting a mortar up and running soon is probably very beneficial to me trying to farm a little. And don't get me wrong, I don't expect myself to be able to keep these farms. I expect, basically, the second I place them, that they become a liability. But I'm hoping that if I place them soon enough and can keep up with shitty towers that are somewhat bearable but aren't, you know, aren't supposed to be holding the fort down, then I can perhaps get away with making enough money to sell the banana farm for more than I bought it for. Well, not more for, but like it's produced enough cash to make up for how much it sells for, and then some. I don't know if that makes sense. There's probably a more straightforward statistical terminology to use for it. I want to have some sort of net gain. Maybe that's the word, I don't know. Come on. And yes, I want to try and get this as early as possible. The earlier the better. Doesn't apply to everything, but it does apply to banana farms in BTD6, so realistically it doesn't need to apply to much else. You know, it already applies to something incredibly useful. Alright, Money Maker McGee coming in. That's fine. We popped it down to a blue. I'm happy with losing a life or two to a blue. Come on. Money. Yes. Okay, okay. Similar to how, like, I keep saying if you can beat round 40, you're typically, you know, pretty good from there. It's sort of similar with banana farms. If you can place a banana farm and then buy an upgrade afterwards for something else completely, and you're still alive and living, you're in a pretty solid spot, I'd say. Right, because now this thing's making money. You're able to purchase upgrades. If you haven't lost many lives on top of that, you're in a good spot. You're in a really good spot. Camo detection's not in the greatest of spots, but that doesn't matter at the moment. We will deal with that later. But now, I need to try and make up all the towers I would have had by now if I didn't buy a banana farm. Or all the upgrades, rather. Okay, we're looking good, we're looking good. How much money are you making? Almost $1,000 already. You little legend. Could go for the heavy shells. The heavy shells would allow it to pop black balloons, which is always appreciated. See, now this time we know for sure that we definitely need glue splatter. Otherwise, we only glue 3 out of the 4 ceramics that come out of a Moab, and then we get screwed. Because guess who's out of range of being able to glue things once they get past the middle? The glue gun. Nobody saw that one coming. Anyway. Looking much better off now. I feel like, thanks to this map specifically, and it's weird that I'm saying this, but I think I'm more inclined to bring banana farms along now if they're an option. You know, because obviously it's made a dramatic difference right here. Obviously I didn't include the entirety of the last attempt on this map, because obviously it wasn't a good attempt. And so I restarted this map. But yeah, it's basically the same setup I have here, but without banana farm. And I did have a village here to hit everybody, which did work out well. Contrary to what you might believe, but sadly, the glue did not do enough damage to pop the Moab and all of its associates. Oh, that's why Quincy's ability sucked ass. It's 200% recharge rate. So of course it wasn't going to be ready by round 40. But we still need to use it. Anyway. Are we capable of hitting the trio again? I did find a spot last time that was capable of hitting all 3 of them at once. I reckon I could do it again. Hey, there you go. Bang, bang. Right. We don't need camera detection, we need faster attacking. That's what we need. Faster attacking, and then balloon liquefaction if possible. Would be good, wouldn't be necessary. But would certainly be good. We can sell this if we need to, but I think we're in good standings, maybe. I don't know if I bought the balloon liquefier last time. I think I did, but I only barely had enough. So yeah, that does explain why we haven't exactly popped everything here. Ew. Right. This is where the money, the extra money that we have, comes into play. We do have jungle drums, which I think is very, very valuable. So I think we might just buy a second mortar. We'll try and keep our... oh, I can get him in range as well. We'll try and keep our banana farm, if I can help it. Double mortar barrage. How we feeling, Bloon? Okay, you don't give a shit. Cool. That's alright. You didn't care last time either. Is the shell thing, heavy shells, extra damage to ceramic, lead, all fortified, and stunned balloons, also attacks faster and can pop black balloons. Okay, so it doesn't do anything particularly great, if we're honest. So I think I will chuck that in the middle. We will try some mortar micro for this guy. And just see how we go, I guess. Just see if that's any better, you know? Oh, we did hit him. We did hit him and take him down a notch. I do like that. I think, once again, sadly, this is the problem. I hate to say that, but it really is. So I'm thinking, if I sell this, I'll have enough for balloon liquefier. And then if I sell this, I'll have not nearly enough to replace the village, which is what I wanted to do. Oh, I knew I should have upgraded this. That's annoying. That's really annoying. That is super de duper de annoying. New plant. We will still micro this one, just because I don't expect this miniature army to help out that much, but we did get 3. That's not terrible. No. Damn it, I really have to min-max this, don't I? Let me just check OBS, make sure it's not shitting itself. It's not yet. I suspect it will, though. Right. Yeah, this is just not great, is it? I suppose we could... Yeah, I suppose that's a solution, isn't it? Artillery battery. It would be pretty solid as a solution, I think. Damn it. Screw you, game. I can't have nice things. And no, I wasn't expecting it to be a solution with the ability. I just meant the triple attack speed. I feel like that should be enough. Oh, hey, it's not. That's fun to learn. That is fun to learn. Maybe it is if I do mortar micro. It's like the one thing I've been trying to avoid my entire life. Anyway, we'll have plenty of time to farm once we beat round 40. Lead the shots, lead the shots. I think we're gonna have to maybe lead them even more. Never mind, we nailed it. Thank fuck. Alright. Camera detection is still piss poor. I need to fix that. Come on, guys. I know there's a spot where you all love me. There it is. Cool, cool. Cool, cool. We have both our abilities, so if we need to, we can screw this round over pretty damn hard. Right? Like that. Didn't quite work out how I pictured it in my head, but we got it. Okay. Right, back to farming the second we fucking can. Literally, like now. We're gonna farm, and we're gonna farm harder than what we did earlier. In fact, we're gonna potentially overcommit a little. Actually, you know what? No. People that farm during boss fights go well into like the early and late 40s whilst farming, and they still fucking live throughout the boss showing up. So I think we'll be good if we extend our farming slightly further than I'd be normally comfortable with. I'm treating this like a regular game that I'd just play normally. Where I'm just like, yeah, just chuck down more banana farms, fuck it. We'll be right. Usually we will be right, because I'm in charge. I'm in charge now. If we can just get enough money to get a balloon liquefier, I would be so happy. You beauty. I think we've got it. I think this might be a little bit of a trouble. Yeah, because technically we've not really changed much. Oh, never mind, we made it. Cool, cool. Thank you, Quincy. I attribute that victory to you. Okay, yeah, but liquefier should crush now. Dope. Alright, we've got till round 60 before there's a big change in the lineup. We're gonna farm even harder. I'm gonna go for a couple of marketplaces. I'm not comfortable getting all 3 to marketplaces, but 2, yeah. 2 I'm happy with. 3 I probably won't get my money's worth from. So we'll go with 2. I'll keep this one as a 200. And then we'll just see how much money we make. Fuck it. This run is officially all about money. I must admit, it is always, like, that is the only way I play solo outside of Odysseys, is just farm like hell. Minimum, when I'm playing solo, I place 4 banana farms. Minimum. Because that's the point where I can comfortably pick and choose which 5th tiers I want. And for the most part, I can pick and choose whatever. And it just works. You know, but if I go any less than that, then I'm like, oh, I've got to choose a cheaper one, or, you know, I can't choose one of the more fun ones, which does kind of suck a little bit. But yeah, see how we go for when we get to round 60. Next round. See how we go. Maybe with just like abilities and stuff. But honestly, at this point, we've kind of got it covered. Quincy, how you feeling, bud? Ooh, shit. But we're on 61. So we did live, but fuck, that was close. Cool, 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 cool. terrifying, but we're alive. Good to know we can beat a BFB, sort of, almost in its entirety. We might need some assistance here, because this is the first time fortified mobs show up? Question mark? See how we go. Wow. Good work, Quincy. Fucking nailed that one. High fives all round, am I right? Anyway, let's try that again. We'll use a good ability this time. Because I think after this round we will just be able to afford a balloon solver, which should solve my problem for what the fuck are we going to do for round 63. Yeah, see, it's gonna cut it close, but I think if we use Quincy's ability on the first wave, if we need to, we might not even need to. Or, yeah, I think we pop Quincy's ability on the first wave. It gets us enough cash to buy a balloon solver to wipe out the rest of the waves. Damn, look at us go, money making. Let's just cut that shit early. And boom. Right, back to money making. Back to it, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. We've probably got this in the bag now. Once you get that first 5th tier up and running, the rest sort of fall in line like dominoes, you know? So I'm gonna purposely get more banana farms in order to get more tier 5s. Because it's always nice to guarantee the win, you know? And we're not going to get greedy with them, you know? I'm not going to go for a tier 5 banana farm. Although that would be something I've not featured in a thumbnail for ages. But no, we're not going to get greedy with it. We're just going to stick with 203s the whole way through. Because personally, that's what I use in my regular runs. I get 4 203s, and then I cut it off there and go, that's going to be enough extra money for me to live very comfortably. And to be honest, that's how I want to live my life. I want to rack up enough savings so I'm at the point where the interest I gain on my bank account is like a good enough chunk of money that I could actually like live on. I was talking about this on stream at one point. But if you don't know how interest works with banks, essentially, if you choose to store your money with a bank, and let's be honest, pretty much everyone does, then if you've made it a bank account that gains interest, typically a goal-saving bank account, at least that's what my bank calls it. I don't know if other banks will call it something different, but essentially it's a savings account where you put a set amount of money in your account, and based on that, and based on your bank and your interest rate and all sorts of other nonsense, if you put a good chunk of money into that account, then at the end of a certain period of time, that will accumulate interest. And if you don't know what that means, essentially, banks operate on lending money and giving money and you know, essentially banks operate almost entirely off of borrowing money to either help the government or to pay off debts and things like that. And so if you've invested or put in a large chunk of your money into a bank account with that bank, then the bank, and let me be perfectly clear, I've never had any issues with the bank, but essentially what happens is you store it with them, and every now and then they will take some of that money. You don't notice it go. It sounds like a really fucking bad thing, but essentially that money is still yours, But if you have a large enough amount, then they'll be like, oh, we'll just take a little bit of that, we'll replace it later, but the number won't change, right? So they're expecting you not to take the money out that they have on record that you have, right? So they'll take a little bit of your money to help pay off something for the government or some other bullshit, I don't know. I don't know exactly how it works, I'm sort of just going off of what I learned, but essentially the higher amount you invest in the bank, obviously the more they can rely on you to be like, oh hey, if we're in a tight spot, we can take a little bit out of this guy's savings. We won't change the numbers because that's still how much they owe, or how much they have, you know? So they won't change the numbers, they'll borrow it, and then they'll put it back later, obviously. Yeah, so essentially the more money you have in the bank, the more they can rely on you for those situations. And so, the more money you have in the bank, the higher your interest rate, the more extra money they give you on top of that for being helpful and of service to them. Right? At least that's what I remember. That could be entirely wrong. Please look this up for yourself. Don't take any financial advice from me. But, essentially, my bank, every month, will gain interest on my goal saving account. And I want to try and get that to the point where the interest I gain on it is enough for me to live on. Monthly or whatever. Right? So then I can just cruise through the rest of my life, just either living off that interest or slightly under that interest so the account still gains more money. But yeah, that would be ideal. Anyway, we fucking smashed it. 400 Ice Monkey, 50 trophies, and 400 monkey money. There you go. That has been an unlikely team part 2. I'm not a fan of this team. I'm glad they're unlikely. I wouldn't want them to be likely. I don't want to deal with that bullshit again. Anyway, admittedly, it has shown me the power of certain towers when put together. Still not a fan of the mortar. A lot of these maps were very cherry-picked to help the mortar out. You know, 4 circles, moon landing, balance, dark path. All of them very heavily cherry-picked to try and influence you to like the mortar. But I do like the glue gunner. Obviously, it was like my heavy hitter for all of the late game stuff. I do appreciate the Ice Monkey from now and then because it is very cheap, pretty much everything popping power. Or at least everything conventional popping power. You know, white and zebra balloons, pff, whatever. Just get literally anything else in the game and they can pop that, except, you know, a mortar. That's why I don't want to use that either. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.